Hello everyone, this is Lesbian Answers. Okay, so today I'm going to be answering the infinite question, how do I come out to my family and friends? This is a toughie because everybody's family is different and everybody's friends are different. But there are some general things that you can do to ease the situation and to help you in your relationship with those close to you in the long run. You don't want to come out to your family or friends unless you are comfortable with yourself first. If you have not accepted the fact that you are gay or bi, then you're not ready to tell your family that you are. You need to come to terms with it first. You cannot say to yourself, well, I can just live my life and my family and friends won't find out. Because they will. It's inevitable. Eventually, you have to tell them. So you might as well be the one to tell them as opposed to somebody else. Getting caught by your parents is not a very good thing to start off with. It's much more respectable for you to sit down and tell them. So how do you tell them? First of all, you don't want to do it as a whole. You don't want to sit all of your family down and say, hey everyone, I'm gay. You might want to really emphasize the fact that nothing about you has changed. Often parents fear that because their child is gay, the child that they once knew is no longer going to exist. So you need to really tell your parents that it's still me, I still love you, I'm still going to be a good kid, nothing has really changed. Another thing is that you have to accept the fact that your mom and dad or family or grandma or grandpa has a right to their own beliefs. Just like you believe that it's okay to be gay, it's okay for people in your life to not believe that it's okay to be gay. Do not expect your parents to all of a sudden change everything that they believe in to accommodate you. All you can ask of them is to love you anyway and to accept you. That doesn't mean they have to agree with your choices, and that doesn't mean that they have to be throwing a party over the fact that you are gay. Also, you want to make sure that you let your parents know that this has nothing to do with them. A lot of times parents feel personally accountable as if they've raised you wrong. Don't take this as an insult. It's the parent looking at themselves and wondering if they could have done something better. You really need to emphasize to them, this has nothing to do with you, this has nothing to do with the way that you've raised me, this is how I am and I can't change that. In terms of your friends, it's very rare that friends are not accepting of your sexuality. Generally, if they're your friends, that means that they pretty much like you. So don't be too concerned about that. If your parents react in a negative way, let's say that you've already told your parents or your friends, I keep saying parents, but I do mean friends and family, and they're saying, we're disowning you and, we hate you. Please do not fret. I have some very, very strict parents, and when I first came out to them, it was very, very difficult. I personally did not sit down and tell my mom. My mom read my text messages and found out from my texts what I was saying to my best friend that I was gay. I told my dad, family, friends, etc. So it wasn't really my decision to come out. My parents reacted in a very fearful way. They were very angry. Anger is always stemmed from fear. So if your parents are screaming at you and they're angry at you, that's because they're afraid. They don't understand, and we always fear what we don't understand. So my mom and my dad were really worried and concerned about me, and they didn't particularly react in the way that I would have liked them to react. If you were to tell me at that time, Jenna, your parents are eventually going to be okay with it, I would have laughed at you. There's no way in a million years that my parents would be okay with it. In my mind, I just didn't see that happening. And here we are, almost 2 years later, and my mom is completely accepting. She's almost fully understanding. My dad is on board, my grandparents still love me, and time has passed and they've accepted it. I'm not saying that all parents are going to be okay with it. Obviously, there are those misfortunate cases that they're 40 and their parents have disowned them, and that is horrible. But you need to understand that is very, very rare. Your parents love you. So eventually, if you're patient and you give them time, they will come to terms with it. The way that you hold yourself is incredibly important. After you come out to your friends, or to people in your work, or wherever. It's really important that you don't throw the fact that you're gay in everybody's face. Obviously, you should be yourself, but don't force it on other people. It's very common when you first come out to kind of get on this climactic high. You constantly want to act out and tell everybody and let everybody know that you're fine with it, and it's sort of a very immature way to come about things. Make sure that you're understanding and kind and respectable. The reason why a lot of people disagree with homosexuality is because they believe in their minds that if you're gay, you cannot be happy. It's due to a lot of religious beliefs, whatever. You need to express to them that you are happy, that being gay and living that brings you happiness. Everybody wants you to be happy. Your parents, your family, your friends. The difference is people have their own interpretation of what will make you happy. So you have to show them what yours is. Hello, you got me food. Why is my tongue red? What was I? Licorice. So you guys have probably been looking at my red tongue this whole time. Wow. Coming out is very scary. Everyone is afraid of not being accepted. Everyone is afraid of not being loved. So always remember, if your family and your friends love you, give them time and they will understand. It's not going to be easy. Do not procrastinate coming out. You say, it's not easy right now. It's never easy. Not when you're 25 or you're 30 or you're 40 or you're 15. It's always hard. So if you are comfortable with yourself, you know that you're gay, you know that you're bi, please, please tell the people in your life, because they deserve to know. It will not be as bad as you think it will be. Love can do incredible things for people. That was really inspirational. If you're crying right now, I wouldn't blame you. I almost got choked up from that speech.